You've learned now what pollination is, how it happens. You've met some of the amazing and incredibly diverse animal pollinators out there. And in the past, we've also learned about the importance of native plants. Today, we are going to bring it all together on the Wildlife Biology for Kids Club. We're going to take a deeper dive into the very unique relationship between some native pollinators and their plants. And I'm going to challenge you to conduct a mini experiment. We're going to see which are better pollinators, native plants or non-native plants. I'm Dr. Stephanie Minka, a wildlife biologist for 20 years, and I am on a mission to get you outside, curious, and connected to nature. This video is for the Wildlife Biology for Kids Club series, but it is meant for everyone. Once you get outside, you'll see that you benefit physically, mentally, and emotionally. You're also going to help out the plants and animals around you. Let's begin with this week's video. Pollinators need native plants and native plants need pollinators. About 250,000 plants around the world depend on pollinators. If you remember from the video on native plants, when we're talking about non-native or introduced species, even though they look pretty, they actually don't compare to native plants. This is especially true when it comes to plants that have been cultivated for gardens. A lot of non-native plants don't provide enough food for pollinators. They might have been selected to have more showy flowers, and this affects a pollinator's ability to gather nectar from the flower, making it inaccessible to that pollinator. Even though these flowers look really bright, beautiful, and showy, to a pollinator, they can't do anything with it. They can't access the food inside of it. Plants and their pollinators have a special relationship where both benefit. The pollinator is able to access the plant's food or nectar, and the plant benefits because the pollinator spreads its pollen and it's able to reproduce this way. Plants have evolved different ways to be really enticing to their pollinators. They might have really peculiar looking flowers, or they might give off interesting odors. Some plants smell like meat or rotting carcasses or feces to attract pollinators like flies. When two organisms both benefit from each other in ecology, we call that a mutualism. This is a win-win situation for both the pollinator and the plant. In fact, plants and some pollinators have evolved such a special relationship with one another that they are exclusive to each other. So there is one kind of plant and one kind of pollinator, and they fit exactly. Scientists were first trying to understand this unique plant-pollinator relationship as far back as the 1800s. A plant called the star orchid has foot-long spurs with nectar in the bottom. So Darwin actually hypothesized there must be an animal out there that is able to access this nectar. Otherwise, how would this orchid reproduce? He predicted that there would be a moth out there with a really long tongue able to access this nectar. And then in the 1900s, this was discovered. Scientists found the appropriately named long-tail moth, and this species was able to pollinate the star orchid. So they have this really special relationship where it is one pollinator and one plant. Lots of native plants, though, aren't that picky, and they will attract a lot of different pollinators. Research shows that native plants are 4 times more attractive to pollinators than non-native plants. Native insects tend to be a little bit pickier than native plants, and approximately 90% of them can only forage on plants that they have co-evolved with. A classic example is the monarch butterfly. The adults can forage on many different kinds of flowers, but their caterpillars only eat milkweed. So it's important to think of all stages of the pollinator's life cycle. What your challenge is this week is you are going to find at least one native and non-native plant, and you're going to watch each one for approximately 5 to 10 minutes and see which one attracts more pollinators. Next week, I'm going to teach you how you can continue observing native plants and their pollinators and submit the data for real science so you can help scientists and act as a scientist yourself. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe and turn the notifications on so you don't miss a video when it comes out. You'll get the worksheets to accompany this video when you join the Wildlife Biology for Kids Club. This is my exclusive club for parents and their kids. You'll get to interact with me, a real wildlife biologist, as well as other like-minded parents. So if your child loves wildlife, but you just don't know how to nurture it, or maybe you just want to get your family outdoors more, join the Wildlife Biology for Kids Club. I have endless inspiration for you to get them on targeted activities so they get excited, they get connected to nature. They're the ones making discoveries.